Welcome to Feel Good Talk Love 101. I'm your host, Charles Brakely, along with the host of Love 101, my man, Naeem Najib. What's going on, brother? How you doing tonight?
I'm excellent. Charles, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Can't we got a little echo in the back, but
Got echo? I'll work on that while you
okay,
run
cool.
sponsored content.
No doubt. But yeah, the day was a great day, beautiful outside today. I love the summer, but I'll take this. I'll take this over the ice and the snow any day. So it was a great day. So how about yourself? You have a great day today? Hear me on that, name?
Okay, how do I sound now? Am I better?
Yes, you sound great, brother.
Okay, good.
All right.
All right.
So before we get started, we definitely got to pay homage to our sponsors, and we're going to go with the commercial, the A Game. So we're going to go there. We're going to come right back, and we're going to talk about. We'll talk about it when we get back. All right. Here it is. The A Game. And that is the A Game, great for vitality, energy, strength, and libido. And if you want your free sample, give me a call at 302-723-2836. Again, 302-723-2836. And this is for men only. But a great product, and definitely check it out. So what's going on, Naeem? How you doing, brother? What we talking about tonight? You're on mute, buddy.
I'm on mute. Yes, I'm not talking about anything. That's what I was saying. I'm like, what are we talking about tonight, everybody? Because this is supposed to be Ask the Love Doctor. So if you're not asking me nothing, I don't have nothing to say. I mean, I always have something to say, but just gotta warm it up a little bit here. So remember, this is an open conversation about love and healthy relationships. I'm here. I'm Naeem Najib. I'm here to help give you another way of looking at relating with humans. And that's something that's really big when you are a human being or a lot of human beings that you relate with. And so for those of us here that have that in common, we have some cheat codes, some formulas, some principles that could help you with that. And we're going to start by looking at the facts of love and fear, also known as the facts of healthy relationships and toxic relationships.
All right, so, we'll get up there. Let's see. Okay, yes. It won't go in for some reason.
You know what? I'm going to reshare it and whatnot. But in the meantime, yes, here at Love 101, we always say that love is a mindset and a skill set that you can learn and master, right? Because it's a skill, just like communication is a skill.
Right.
It's like tying your shoes is a skill. Learning how to read and write is a skill. Learning how to have healthy relationships with other people. It's not something that it just falls down the stairs and you bump your head and then all of a sudden you know how to do it. It doesn't happen like that. It's something that you can systematically train yourself to do. And you have been systematically trained not to do that. That's why we can all relate when we talk about abusive relationships, toxic relationships, emotional, verbal, financial, physical, sexual, all kind of abuse that happens in relationships, how it's a condition of our human experience, because particularly nowadays, we have a pretty consistent programming, and by program I mean a mindset with how to look at relationships and at people, and which is why you won't catch me talking about like, men this, women this. This is so and so, like this whole us versus them type of conversation. It never really gets us anywhere productive.
Right.
What principles that I'm sharing here are for all people. It doesn't matter what your pronouns are, what you identify with, your gender, what your favorite color is, what your favorite musician is, what your favorite. You put your shoe on your left foot first. Your right foot doesn't put your left foot in. You put your left foot out. You could do the hokey pokey, or you could do, the Harlem Shake. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. It's going to be the same outcome when you use these principles. So let's get to those. See if it'll share this time.
Yes, sir. There it is.
So this is our cheat codes. This is one of the ways to help you get a snapshot of what, and all you really need is one side. You don't need both, because one side speaks for the other. And I'll show you right now, because we're talking about healthy relationships and toxic relationships. So I'll read the right side, which is the white side, and I will tell you which is the healthy relationship side. And now that'll tell you what the other side is not. So I can tell you a toxic relationship is not based on, and then we would say freedom, right? A toxic relationship is not based on appreciation. If you want a toxic relationship, you better not have any. What's the next one, Charles, for C?
You better have any communication or clarity.
No, we can't have that. We trying to have our relationship be toxic. We have conflict. All right, we want to have stuff just tore up from the floor up. So if we're gonna have that, we also can't have what?
Trust and truth.
Can't trust nobody. You got to make sure you mistrustful, suspicious of yourself first. That you suspect the other person of what you would do in that scenario, And we also can't have what for the S?
Sincerity.
Right. We gotta put up a front. We gotta bring the representative to the table. We can't bring the real person to the table, because the real person, we too afraid to be vulnerable. Oh no, don't let him catch me telling the truth, being vulnerable, showing how I really feel, actually being a human being. No, I don't want you to see that. I want you to see I'm hard. I don't have no feelings. I do everything the right way all the time. I'm never late to an appointment. I never miss a call or a text. I'm always right on time. I'm always the person that's there and reliable in every situation, every time. That's insane. So that's what you don't do that's what you do if you want a toxic relationship. If you want a healthy relationship, it's about sincerity. Now, going back from the bottom up, and mind you, this spells out facts. So FACTS. So if you want a healthy relationship, what should we not have for a healthy relationship? Speaking on the fear side, Charles, starting from the bottom, going up.
Starting from the bottom. Okay, y'all. Separation, shame, and suspicion. We shouldn't. Yeah, right. There you
have
go.
That. Okay. Well, what else shouldn't we have for a healthy relationship?
Trauma and triggers.
Oh, so you're saying I shouldn't bring my trauma into the relationship and blame you for the trauma that I had bringing it in?
Exactly.
Dang. Okay. So what else shouldn't I have? I'm trying to have a healthy relationship.
Conflict and confusion. You got to have that.
Okay. And the other thing about conflict and confusion is we're not saying that it's not going to happen. We're just saying that on the love side, we're going to resolve it.
Right.
We're going to focus on the resolution, the communication, rather than the conflict and confusion. That's the difference. And what else do we need to have for a toxic relationship?
We got to have some attack, some abuse, and some anger.
Whole lot of that. Thank you. And at last, what should we have?
Definitely fear and force. Got to.
So when you say fear, you mean I shouldn't feel comfortable just showing up as I should feel kind of afraid to be who I am.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
I shouldn't. Yeah, I shouldn't feel like I don't know, at peace with who I am. I shouldn't feel free to express myself, because if I'm in a relationship is going to be toxic, I should be afraid all the time, afraid of how the other person is going to respond, afraid of what might or might not happen, afraid of what happened in the past being repeated, afraid of a whole lot of things. And in order for that not to happen, I should try to force the other person to be my idea of the perfect partner, even if that means to try to limit either their freedom or my freedom. Then I should do that in order to make sure this relationship is toxic.
Yes.
Okay. You can take it down now. Thank you. I got to play with it every week.
Right.
We say it every week and just got to play around. So
But some people will call that love, Naeem, fear. They would call that love, trauma. If I don't have any pushback or any type of resistance, he don't love me. It shouldn't just flow evenly, because if nothing always, flows normally, it always have to be some types of bumps and bruises in order for it to be real. I don't know. People out there, anybody, ever heard of that before? Or does anybody out there hear that a lot? Or does love hurt? I mean,
yeah, let's take a poll on that. So, have you ever heard that love hurts, that thing? Have you ever heard that when someone's jealous, that means that they care about you? Have y'all, what are some other things that y'all heard that look nothing like what we just talked about for the last 10 minutes?
Right.
That's
another good one is if you don't put up with the bull crap, then that means you don't love that person. You're supposed to hang in there just because. If you love that person, you're supposed to just hang in there and suffer.
Especially when they're creating drama for absolutely no particular reason at all, just because they choose to, and it doesn't have to be any drama. It's just it just happens to be drama. I think we got a couple of
we got a couple comments here. So we got what's up, Fatima? She says, nope, get your trauma together before you enter another relationship. That is so true. A lot of people bring a lot of baggage to different relationships and wonder why they get the same results, or they keep meeting the same person over and over again, or the same type of person over and over again.
People let their trauma run around like untrained dogs. Like they like, get over here, you good? Oh, come! Like you got to get them together, put them in the cage. You got your trauma coming out. Like, oh, you look like the last person I saw. Right. You know how you let your dog go and bite somebody? That's what your trauma is jumping out. I remember that last guy I saw with the black shirt. He robbed me. You gonna rob me, jump? Right? That's the trauma jumping out.
Right.
Past. Jumping out. You let it jump out on people, and then like, oh, I'm sorry. You don't have to be sorry. Let's talk about that a little bit, y'all, about the whole idea of being sorry and apologizing every 5 minutes. And this is something that has become popular, meaning you say or do what you meant.
Right.
And then you apologize profusely afterwards in order to get a pardon from the person, when you could have just not done that in the first place. So if I see you and I'm like, just try to yoke you up, put you against the wall. You know what? Why did you come late to the appointment? You made me wait for 10 minutes. Then you're like, oh, I'm so sorry, Chuck. I'm so sorry. I don't know what came over me in that moment. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. So. And you're like, oh, it's no problem. I mean, we all have our moments and stuff. Then, another time something happens, you're like, you start saying stuff out of your mouth. You so, how could you do that? And you call all kind of names that the person's not their name and all that stuff. Then you're like, I'm so sorry I said that. I didn't mean it. I'm so sorry. So sorry.
That's why, you got to watch what you say to somebody. You got to watch from the door, because like I said, words hurt, they stick with you, man. I mean, that stuff, stick with you for a while. And, if you don't mean something, don't say it, like try to think before you talk. That's what I always do. Think before I say anything. Or if I know I'm going to say something wrong, I say, okay, let me calm down. Let me get my thoughts together first. Let me process this, and then maybe put it together a better way versus, just going off of my emotions right away.
Yeah, so, you sound like a rational human being, and that's not the norm. So we're talking about the norm, which is
I had to train to get this way. Now, don't get me wrong, because sometimes I will. Yeah, so it's
all right. I'm about to say, you sound a little weird talking about and being responsible.
It's a process, man. It's something you have to work on. I think as you get older, sometimes you realize. And like I said, sometimes you have to sit back and look at yourself and say, okay, what can I change about myself, and, make myself better? Or what are some of the flaws that I want to change in myself? And I think a lot of times if you sit back and you think about what you say, think about what you're going to say before you say it, I think, it works out much better, because once you say it, you say it. That's it. It's over. It's out in the open now. It's there. So a lot of times when people get in arguments, they'll say stuff that they don't mean because they're mad. But really, did you mean that?
That's that right there.
Right.
Let's put a pin in that.
Right.
That's the real question. Wait a minute, I got a pin. Let's put a pin all up in that right there.
Right. Mhm.
But did you mean it though?
Right.
And I will state that yes, they did mean it.
Right.
Okay, that's the problem. Okay, the problem is not okay. Well, I said something in this moment of fury and intensity, or I did something and I broke your this and that, or I threw that away, or I deleted your number and I came back and I done. You did mean it, and the thing is not just that you meant it, but how far will you go with someone that you say you care about? We're assuming it's someone that you have some type of
Right. So exactly.
right. Not talking about someone who just violated you and you responded. I'm talking about someone who could be a friend, a coworker, family member, what have you. Someone who you have some kind of connection with that you supposedly care about. Now, it's reckless. All right. I'm not even asking for y'all questions and comments on this. I'm letting you know it's reckless, y'all, to go out here and let your mouth off at people in general, because you don't do this with strangers, because strangers would deal with that in a certain kind of way. But the way that we're so reckless with our words and our actions with the people who are closest with us, then we turn around and apologize and try to take it back and act like everything's okay. We know it's not okay. Not that you felt that way. You may have felt murderous rage. And anyone who is an honest person will admit that they've felt and thought murderous thoughts and felt murderous feelings at some point today, probably. All right. I'm not gonna say in your life. If you're real, you may have watched something on the news. You may have seen somebody you don't like. You may have, whatever the case, seen some historical figure and be like, you know what? If I was in the room with her, right? And I had the ability to, I would do something, right? But so it's not about the thought or the feeling. It's about what comes after that, which is what comes out of your mouth and what comes out of your actions. And it's reckless. I'm telling y'all it's reckless. This is not up for discussion. It's reckless to allow yourself to abuse and attack the people who you say are close to you, either verbally, because verbally is the first where it starts. I mean, it starts in your mind, but where we notice it is verbally and behaviorally. To just allow yourself to go off the handle, say whatever it is, because you think that the person is not going to retaliate or attack back. And even if you do, you think that you can probably, because if you said, all right, well, I'm going to go, over here with Mike Tyson in his prime and say all kind of stuff about his mother, because that's how I feel. And, like all gloves are off, all bets are off, Mike. Yeah, Mike, what's going on, Mike? And I don't think you would say what you said to your friend or your family member to Mike in his prime, or even now. I don't think you would do that, and because the people who you do behave that way with, either you think they're just going to be okay with it, they'll forgive you, you can beat them or dominate them in some way, and that is abusive and it's reckless. It's an abusive way of thinking, y'all. And I'm telling you, because it becomes so frustrating when you can't, it's like bullets. You can't take your words back or your actions.
Right.
You're gonna that's always gonna be on the permanent record. It's always gonna have some taste in your mouth. Oh, that person said that. It's like, now let's say you're on the receiving end. If someone said something to you that's extremely volatile, extremely hostile, and then they come back and say, oh, I didn't mean it. Like, but you did say it though. And whether you meant it or not, and it's just a question I'm throwing out there. I'm just speaking as an everyman, not personally. This is an everyman who's been in a situation where someone said something to me, someone I thought who cared about me said something to me that makes me question. And I'm like, all right, I get that you said that, you might have meant it, but you took it back, you apologized. But at what point do you respect me enough, or our relationship enough, that you would stop yourself from even opening your mouth and saying that to me, right? What kind of consideration, how do you consider me to the point where you would allow yourself to even mention that to me, right? And that's the thing, because we all feel all kind of feelings about even the people we care about. But then do you not respect them, or respect, again, the relationship enough, like Charles said earlier, zip it, and then think about it before you say it. Then process, should I say this? Here's a question I'll leave you with that will help you to determine whether things need to be said or not.
Okay.
Now, if you're not being subpoenaed in a grand jury and your testimony is being subpoenaed for evidence, right? Then here's the question: is what I'm about to say gonna make me feel closer or more separate from the person I'm about to say it to? That's the question. Is what somebody write it down in the comments? Is what I'm about to say going to make me feel, not even them, it's going to make me feel closer or more separate from the person that I'm about to say it to?
Right.
If you answer that question 99% of the time, 100% of the time, you're about to say something crazy, you keep your mouth shut. You know that your ego is not worth it. Not worth defending, not worth putting in your conversation, and your little traumas running around. Keep them in the cage. All right. Throw a blanket over the cage. Nobody got to know. Let them starve. Okay. Because they cannot be fed unless you feed them, unless you keep attending to them, letting them bite people, talking about them, starve them, y'all. All right, I'm done. We got some questions.
Go on to the next one. Fatima West says, some people do that create fights or discord. And if I don't, hold on, let me get this right. You got some. Let me see. Some people do that create fights or discord, and if you don't allow the manipulation or get pulled into it, they think you must not love me. Craziness.
Right. We were talking about at that point some crazy stuff that people say.
Exactly. So, and that's true, Fatima. We gotta do better, definitely. So funny. I hate you, Fatima. And I'm like, okay, then, but I love you. I need you. Oh
let me get this one. Let me get this one.
Yeah, go ahead. You can get that one. Go ahead. You got it.
I hate you. I hate you. Don't talk to me. Stay away. Wait a minute. No, don't go. I love you. I love you so much.
Yep.
Then it's, oh my goodness, go sit in this corner with your computer.
Yeah, exactly. That's true though. You see that a lot. You hear stories about that a lot. And she also said, apologizing but not changing the behavior over and over again. Wickedness. I don't believe what you say, but I feel what you do. And that's true. You can keep apologizing all day long. We can keep saying I'm a change, but if we don't see the action, I'd rather see the actions than you keep on saying something. You know what I mean? Just do what you say you're going to do, and that's it. So I agree with you on that. What's going on, Izzy? She says, hello, Feel Good Talk family. What's going on, lady? Fatima also says, hurting me on purpose is a hard thing for me to get past. Yeah, that's true. And I got a question too before we get off of this right here. But she also says, I am glad I learned not to speak when angry, hurt, and just wait and process before responding so I can speak from my heart in my right mind. That's good. Like Naeem said, you're not human. It's like, let me stop. She also says, no periods of commas. I'm just okay. I got you. Well, let's talk about this one, Naeem. Let's talk about this question right here.
Yes.
There's a lot of, but not question, but I guess it's a comment or whatever. She says, I hear a lot of people say, well, they say you hurt the people you're close to the most. Let's talk about that.
I mean, we're talking about close range impact weapons. That makes sense because if you're close to me and you're like, I'm gonna hit you with this truck, right? We're talking about close range impact weapons, but if we're not talking about close range impact weapons, that's insane. Okay. Right. So hold on. Let me just laugh at myself for a minute. Because it is though. And when let's define close a little more. When you say close, what do you mean? Because you got proximity close, which I just made a joke about. Like, are you talking about someone who's literally close to you? Like they're like, if this was a person, they're like right there. I can reach them. I can touch them. Or you talking about people who you are close, like related, bonded, live with?
There you go.
Right. Yeah. If we're talking about that, then I mean, I would say we, for the most part, for the people who are closest to us, this is where we learn our especially if you're being raised in the same household, what have you. this is how you learn to be conditioned, socialized, etc. When you go through your growth and development as a human, and inflict different traumas on each other. Now, the thing is, does it have to be that way? It doesn't have to be that way. But let's just bring it into adulthood now, like the people you're chosen, because in your relatives and family, right, you don't really choose them, your family, your relatives, you don't really choose them as far as being a child. Like, you know what, mom and dad, I'm tired of this, making me do chores. I'm going to live on my own. And you go out and live in the street, right? Before you know, right? I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about as I'm talking about as adults, right? That you call somebody close to you. I'm going to presume that we're talking about people who you have in your chosen circle.
Right.
Now, if you have a chosen circle of people and you are either hurting them or being hurt by them, you're insane, number one. And number two, you're insane. Okay. So both of those scenarios are insane, because the whole thing about healing toxic relationships, that whole book I wrote, was about not abusing each other and not allowing someone or some relationship to abuse you, also known as not abusing yourself with someone else's behavior or with a relationship. So if you know that one of the people in your close circle is being very abusive toward you, and you continue to relate to them in that dynamic, and it's continuing to hurt you, is it still them? Let's just use something simple. They steal money from you, or let's make them even more softer than that. They borrow money, promise to pay it back, but don't ever pay it back, because that's something we could all, that's low. That's a little softer than just say steal. It's the same thing, really. But let's just call it that. So they always borrow money, but they never give it back. And you always give them money. And and you have been through this more than 5 times, and more than 5 times they haven't given it back. And so what does it sound like? Man, Chuck, let me tell you, I keep giving this guy keep asking me, my friend, so-and-so, and I, he keep asking me for his money. I give it to him. He keeps saying he's gonna give it back, but he don't give it back, man. I'm tired of giving this man money, man. I'm so tired. Like, is that a narrative of a responsible adult, or is that something that a codependent complainer is doing? Because if I come to you with that conversation, I'm like, man, he never paid me back. It's been like 5, 6 times, man. And he asked me for some money earlier today, and I'm just trying to, I'm going to the bank and stuff. But man, if he don't pay me back this time, Chuck, I don't know, Chuck. What would be your response to that?
I'll be like, listen, you keep saying it over and over again, so actually, it'll start
on him, though, right? Because he said he's gonna pay me back, though. That's his problem, right?
I mean, you already know what it is. So at the end of the day, I would just listen. I mean, I would listen, but I already know what the outcome is going to be anyway. So you're going to
saying I'm doing this to myself, Chuck?
Yes, you are, bro.
That's why I can't talk to you people who think critically. I'm trying to talk to somebody that's gonna rub my emotions and feelings. I'm trying to get you to agree with me, like, yeah, man, that's right. He ain't no good. He ain't gonna pay you back. You the one that's on the that's on the high road, because you always giving. You so generous. You so great. You the one that's helping out the poor, but he ain't no good. You the best. That's what you're supposed to be saying, Chuck. I don't want you to massage my ego. I want you to tell me the truth. I want you to tell me about myself. I want you to tell me I'm using him to abuse myself, because I know what's going to happen with this money. I'm just trying to make a complaint. I'm going to file a complaint with the office of Chuck B. And you're supposed to be like, thank you for your complaint. You know what? We need to hear more from you. That's how you're supposed to respond. I'm your boy. I need you to give me my moment, my 5 minutes of emotional insanity, and affirm that nonsense.
But then you know what, Naeem? When you keep hearing that, then you're abusing yourself by listening to this over and over again. It's tiresome. You understand what I'm saying? So, hey, we got some comments out there I want to get to real quick. Fatima West says, no periods or commas. I'm just talking. Exactly. Thank you for that one. It's all good, though. And she also says, alien love. Yes, indeed. Nano. She also says, because you think you can get away with it until they put a stop to it and give up on the relationship. Basically, I guess she's talking about the people that are close to you. And that's, I see that. I see
and
that.
I think also when I was talking about when you think you can get away with talking to somebody any kind of way because they
Right.
Yeah. So thank you for that.
Yep, thanks, Fatima. And I think she's in the back. And if she's ready, all she got to do is raise her hand. I'll let her on. She also says, Izzy Meditate says, yes, I believe hurt people close to them because there is a comfort zone. Also, they may think that close friends or family will be more forgiving. That's, I mean,
no, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I can see that, but go ahead, Naeem, talk.
I was going to say, isn't it interesting how people they get offended when you don't, like the close friend, forgive their transgression, or you're like, oh, you asking me for money? No, you're like, what you mean? But I'm your cousin, I'm your brother, I'm your friend, and then because they expect, or they say, oh man, I'm sorry, I didn't pay you back. No, I just need a little. It's like, no, you gotta pay me back. Like, yeah,
right.
He hit me like he turned to Equifax on me real quick. Right? Like they're not expecting that. They expect you like, oh no, it's okay, whatever. We're cool. But that's abusive, y'all. It's abusive.
And a lot of times, family think you're supposed to deal with that because that is your family, period. So all is not true. So Fatima, are you ready? Are you good? You want to come in, or you just? Oh, she do want to come in. Hold on, she don't raise her hand. She's in the back room.
One more
driving. I hope you got your eyes on the road now. Don't get into no fender bender. We can't hear you though, but you're on mute.
My eyes are on the road.
That's good. Keep them on the road. We don't want to hear nothing because we don't want no witness. They are on the phone, and that's why that went down. So, how you doing tonight? What's going on?
I am doing well. Just got off work, heading home. You're ready to hit 97. And
97 miles an hour?
No, Route 97. I'm in Maryland. I'm in Maryland.
She's in Maryland. There you go. Hey, you got something for us tonight or what? You want to talk to us about something or what?
Oh yeah, I did hit you with a little flyer. So I just wanted to let everybody know that there is a singles get hooked up meet and greet coming to you in your area, Delaware, this Friday, 7 p.m. at the Red Robin on Brandywine Parkway in Wilmington. We're looking forward to seeing you guys come out. So our selected people that we had for our blind dates will also be there. So we're looking to have a really good time there. Friday night, we'll have some games and prizes, and we'll learn some more things from the Love Doctor. We'll be in the house.
That's right.
And you guys coming out, you guys will be able to meet Chuck, Charles, Brinkley, our host, and of course, I'll be there with a smile.
Yes,
with my alien love.
Nano. All right. Yeah, so for those who don't know, I'm talking Mork and Mindy. I'm showing my age, never mind. But yeah, so awesome. So yeah, is that 6100 Brandywine Parkway, Wilmington, Delaware, 19803. It's right off of Naaman's Road for those that know the area. Naaman's Road and 202 is right in that shopping center there with that big fountain. You can't miss it. It sits right in front of that big fountain, and we got a private room. We got some drinks. We got some hors d'oeuvres. We got a video. We have some music. We also going to have a interview area where we can interview some of the singles and we can talk a little bit. So we'll be going live from that location. So it's going to be a good time. So stop on through. Again, 6100 Brandywine Parkway in Wilmington, Delaware. That's this Friday at 7 p.m. So 7 p.m. until I think 10, something like that. So stop on through. Check out some of the Feel Good Talk family. I wish all of us could be here, but of course, everyone's spread out all over the United States, so it's kind of hard for everybody to get to Delaware. So, but we're gonna.
I want to hug some necks on Friday.
There you go. She's trying to hug some necks, fellas. So get on out there and meet Fatima. I'm not, we'll be out there interviewing, having a great time. Meet Naeem, the Love Doctor, myself included, and we're gonna have a great time. So stop on through. And if you have any love questions or anything about love, let us know, and we'll answer them for you. He's also a magician. Naeem, he made the pen disappear. So again, check him out. But
he's a magician.
Awesome time in Delaware, so definitely check it out. And anyone knows where the Concord Mall is, they know exactly where that is. They pass that going there, depending on which way you come. So it should be a good time. And hey, we got Izzy Meditates on here. She says, "Oh shucks, 97, 2 digits road never." Wait a minute, 2 digits roads never have lights. Okay, I got it. I don't know. Do they got lights, Fatima? Because
we got lights. We in Maryland. You know, we doing okay over here in Maryland. Their highways ain't like PA in Delaware. I'm sorry,
okay.
I shouldn't have said that. Oh, boo.
Well, she's in Virginia. She's down in Virginia, all the way down in Virginia. I think it's Tarker's Mill. Let me stop. She gets mad when I say that. For those of you who don't know, Tarker's Mill was on what was that movie called? The Reverend was the Werewolf. Oh my God, I can't even think of it. Silver Bullet. I mess with her all the time. But it's a small town in Virginia. Give us your town name, Izzy. I forgot it. But anyway. So what's up, Naeem? I see you over there quiet. But again, make sure you check us out Friday, 7 p.m. We're gonna have a great time. So let's do it.
I was gonna ask, come through, everybody. We have another in-person event. Those are always lively and fun.
We have a good time with them.
I wanted to say back to the conversation we were having about abusing yourself, using relationships to abuse yourself, where someone will accuse you of not supporting them because you hold them to being responsible. Like they said they would pay you money back and then they not going to and they still want more money. Is it supporting someone when you let them get away with abuse and abusing your relationship and making it okay and for excusing them every time? Or is it supporting them when you hold them responsible for their actions, where you draw clear boundaries and lines as to what you will and will not accept, and you don't bluff about it? Like you said, like, if you don't pay my money back, I am not going to loan you any more money moving forward. And they're like, oh, come on, but it's just, it's important. I just need, just another couple $100, so and so. Like, and you're like, I know I said if you don't pay me back, I won't give you any more money just 3 seconds ago. But since you just said that, here's some money. Is that really support? Is that really love? If you care about this person, do you think the loan shark is gonna be like that? Do you think the IRS is gonna be like? Do you think anything in real life is gonna be like that? Right? And not just about teaching them a lesson, but your own self-respect. Like, who's gonna respect you if you don't even stand by what you said for yourself? I'm not gonna let you give them a whole lecture about, I'm not gonna let you abuse me and my generosity and so and you just trample all over my things. Like somebody, you like, no shoes in the house, and they have their muddy shoes on, they walk all in and out of your house, and then they're like, oh, I'm sorry. And you're like, okay. And then they come back in and they track it in again. You're like, you're gonna clean that up. And then they say, oh, I'm sorry, I gotta go. I don't have no time. Like, all right, fine, I'll clean it up. But next time, don't put your shoes on. Next time they come, oh, I forgot to take my shoes off. Okay, well, as long as you apologize loud enough, then it's fine, right? It's just that we think that we're being kind and loving by overlooking or so-called forgiving people. But guess what, everybody? Here's something that's going to go over your heads. Forgiveness is not necessary where there's no condemnation first. If there's no guilt, there's no need for forgiveness.
Right.
Somebody could do whatever they're going to do. They can call you whatever name they want to call you. But you don't have to forgive them for that. All you do is recognize it for what it is, and you keep it moving. How can you be offended if you don't identify? Somebody calls you a dummy or something. How can you be offended if you don't feel, if you are not a dummy? I need to apologize. Don't talk to me that way. That's why when parents tell their kids they do something, apologize to him. And they're like, I'm sorry. It's like, good. Now it's all resolved. That's not the way nature works. So anyway, I'm just saying it's not helpful.
Yeah.
And let's see, we got another comment coming.
Yeah, we got a comment. Hey, my man William Bird, what's going on, brother? He says it's never good to facilitate someone's bad behaviors. This will prevent them from growing and learning how to become responsible and accountable for the actions. Exactly. And I've seen that today. You know, a lot of parents, and this goes back, and I'm talking about kids now. So was in that restaurant eating. So the kid is just acting just out of order. You understand what I'm saying? So she's trying to get him in order, and of course she's getting mad because she can't control him. And it just goes back to show that, you know, what you show them at home, what you do at home, they're going to do it out in public. So if you're not correcting them and doing like we just talked about William, he said don't facilitate their bad behaviors and stuff of that nature. When they come out in public, and I know it's off the subject, but it's the same thing. When they come out in public, you know, they're gonna act the same way they do at home. And then the parents get mad at the child because the child is acting out.
But the parents are embarrassed now because other people can see it.
Right. Exactly.
So that's the real thing. They're embarrassed now. When they're at home, they ain't that embarrassed at home because they're allowed to go on. And as Naeem was saying about the relationship, you know, you become a detriment to the person that you're with or the people around you when you allow them to get away with things. You become a detriment to them, and then eventually you actually become very resentful of them. But it's of your own doing, you know, because you're allowed and accepted certain behaviors and you contribute to it.
Right. So, you know, just I just throw that out there. Hey, we also got the Nina Arbitrate. She says if they are good with what they are doing, there is no reason to forgive them. Exactly. Thanks for that, Danina. Appreciate you. My man William also says, my apologies, gentlemen. Good evening. No, that's cool, man. Good evening, brother. Appreciate it. Hey,
well, he apologized. Now I'm offended that he didn't say it earlier. I wasn't aware I should have been offended, but now I'm offended. William, how dare you? How dare you not say good evening earlier? Now I don't know if we can be friends.
Hey, shout out to William Bird and his wife as well. There's actually a new show coming on at 8:30 tonight right here on Feel Good Talk. It's called Conversations with the Lovebirds. So definitely check them out at 8:30 tonight. Don't forget, right here on Feel Good Talk, Mind, Body, Soul, and Business. It's going to be an awesome show. So check them out. So, yeah, man. Hey, Naeem. Hey, great stuff. Hey, Fatima, we appreciate you, even though, like I said, I don't like when you drive and talk and you know what I mean? But
apologize, Fatima.
I'm not apologizing. I'm not sorry.
We will forever be offended.
He'll be all right. He a big boy.
Exactly. So listen, we're gonna say that one more time for Fatima. Tell them exactly where we're gonna be.
All right, so we have a singles mixer this Friday, November 12th. It's going to be 6100 Brandywine Parkway, Wilmington, Delaware. It'll be at 7 p.m. So everybody come. It's going to be lots of games, lots of entertainment. We'll get together. Naeem, the Love Doctor, will be telling us all about loving ways to be more loving, to be more kind, to, you know, really be able to check ourselves so we can be great in our relationships and, you know, really giving love and receiving love. So I look forward to seeing you guys. I look forward to hugging on some necks, seeing people in person. I love to see your lovely smiles this coming Friday. I'm going to share my smile with you.
Exactly. So definitely get there. We're going to have a great time. And we got something. We got William Bird. He came back, Naeem. He said, Naeem, I really need your forgiveness. Laugh out loud.
I'll think. Wait a minute. I'll think about it. All right. I'll think about it, William.
Exactly. So we're gonna have a great time. So please get out there if you can. I think it's limit. I think it's. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what goes. I think 15.
Yeah, we'll take care of all that background stuff.
Yeah. So we're gonna have a great time. So
I want to bring up a comment we had in the backstage. It was Mr. Clarence says if the abuser doesn't see their behavior as abuse, then making any rational arguments to them about their behavior is useless. And that's true because we're not out here to raise adults, y'all. Those of you parents or who are parents, you've done that already. And if you are not, like, you don't, it's not your job to raise any other grown person.
Right.
It's more about your own self-love, respect, and your own boundaries about, well, I'm not going to let you just trample over me, even if that means you don't want to take off your shoes in my home. My home is an extension of me. You trampling your dirt through my home is the same as you trampling over me when you know my rule is take off your shoes, and you still, oh, I'm so sorry. You could have just took them off, but I'm gonna have to ask you to leave or take off your shoes. It's not that I don't like you; it's my boundary. It's not debatable, you know, for anyone. And so that's just an example about. It's not about teaching them a life lesson. So if you got that old and you still don't learn a life lesson, then I mean, it's not.
Exactly.
So, but yeah, thank you, Clarence, for that.
Thanks, Clarence. Appreciate it. And I want to give a shout out to the people listening on YouTube as well, tuning in on YouTube. We got a nice little crowd over there, so thank you for tuning in. A lot of people on Facebook can't see that, but we can see it on this side, and we definitely appreciate it. Thanks. So,
and yeah, we've had a good show. Unless anyone else has anything else to say, I'm just gonna review the what we were talking about before about the three. Anybody remember the 3 T's of human relationships? I think we can throw that. I'm gonna throw that question out. Maybe we go to commercial if you want. I don't know if you were gonna go again. Then we just come back if people remember, and I'll give you a refresher if you don't. And I know you don't.
All right, cool. So what we'll do is we'll go to commercial, and then we'll come right back, and hopefully, was that the 3 T's, Naeem?
The 3 T's of human relating. Yes.
There you go. So we come back. Hopefully, we'll have some people in the comment section with the answer. So I will be right back. Here's the A Game, our sponsor for the day. And that is the A Game, great for vitality, energy, strength, and libido. And if you want your free sample, give me a call at 302-723-2836. Again, 302-723-2836. This is definitely a great, great product. For men only now. Hopefully we'll have something for the women in the future. Let's see if we got any comments. The 3 T's.
All right, we got one.
Oh, we got one comment, but this is coming from the YouTube side. This is Lamb Rabbit. He says, that's when you know you need to walk away, hence boundaries being such a cheat code. There you go.
Lamb Rabbit.
Thank you, Lauren. We appreciate that. And
yes. And
so Timla had to go off, I guess. So
okay, so you can focus on the road more.
Yeah, she's back.
She's going to apologize. So oh, she's back.
She's back.
All right.
What are y'all doing? Y'all talking about me while I was going?
Nah, I said you disappeared, so we were just trying to find out where you went. So I guess that you didn't have any reception.
I'm not in the ditch. I'm right on the road.
You know what, Tim, my love? We were talking about you. You know what? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. So sorry.
Yeah, y'all was smack talking. I'm gonna watch the recording.
Nah, we didn't say that about you. You know what I mean? We said we lost you because we didn't see you, but other than that, nah. So, anybody know the 3 T's? Anybody remember that? Anybody? You remember it, Fatima?
Pick me.
Naeem, you remember the 3 T's, buddy?
No.
Pick me. I can't open up my book and be cheating.
Come on, y'all. The book hasn't been written yet. I mean, it hasn't been published yet. But I gave y'all the key codes last week. It was human beings. The 3 T's of human relating that you know you're dealing with human beings. Number 1, human beings are tribal. Tribal creatures.
Oh, I remember.
Hold on.
So that means that they're gonna collect and gather in little small groups and cliques and ticks and talks.
Tribal, territorial.
Yeah, I did know with TikTok though. Yeah, all right, so you know. So
tribal, territorial.
Yes, and then transactional.
Okay.
So it's tribal. Yeah, territorial, and then transact. So tribal, your first tribe is what? Your family, your relatives. Can't choose that one, but you're in it. And then you got the transactional, which means most of our interactions are around some sort of resource or some mutual something mutually given and received. So even if it's teacher-student relationship, the transaction is the knowledge, you know, the class, whatever. The reason why they're relating is because you teach economics. I gotta finish this economics class in order to get my degree, and now I'm sitting in front of you. Not because I like you, not because you like me, not because we care about each other, but because this transaction is bringing us together, and that's why.
Hey, we got the needed arbitrate says not trifling. Nah, not trifling.
Trifling is not one of them.
That's a good one.
Wow.
Yeah, very tricky, very tricky.
They can be tricky though when they bring a representative though. Yes. That's another treat. Let me stop. Anyway.
Oh, see, there you go.
So I see you got home safe, so we definitely are happy about that.
Yes, I am in the driveway.
Yeah, I get nervous when I see you out there driving and trying to talk on the phone at the same time. That's not good. So
I guess another T we could throw in there is trauma too. We like having trauma in our relationship.
Yeah, some of us do. They love it. I mean, I think you know, that's learned behavior. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're around people that go through stuff like that, you think that's a normal thing. So at the end of the day, I think it's all, you know, what you learned growing up, a lot of it, you know. So
yes, indeed.
That's just my opinion. You know what I mean?
I would like to let's end early.
You like to end it early tonight?
Yeah, I think we've said everything. And I mean, we can restate if you could show the flyer again about Friday. But
yeah, that's what I was going to do. Go to the
flyer. I'm asking no questions.
And put and he's not apologizing. There you go.
I'm not apologizing.
Tim, I'll let you do this and let you get the honor.
And I got the mail from the mailbox.
Okay, well, let's break this down.
All right, here we go, guys. I can't. Okay, I cannot wait to see you guys all. I see it. Mm-hmm. I cannot wait to see you guys all Friday night at the Red Robin. It's 6100 Brandywine Parkway, Wilmington, Delaware at 7 p.m. with the Feel Good Talk. Charles Brinkley, Naeem Najib, Dr. Feel Good.
Dr. Feel Good.
She done broke up on us. She lost.
Talk, mingle, and get together and really enjoy each other's company. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm losing you guys. I'm outside getting the mail and picking up the trash can.
Yeah, it's all good. We got the gist of what you're saying. Again, we're gonna have a great time. Come out there, 6100 Brandywine Parkway, Wilmington, Delaware, 19803. 7 p.m. until probably 7 to 10 at the latest. I think they close at 10. So we got a private room. We got a videographer's going to be there. We're going to have pictures going on. We're going to have interviews. Fatima, she wants music, so I'm going to have to give her music. And
I have my hair done on Friday.
Oh, okay, cool. And again, we're going to have a great time. So definitely show up. And we're going to have hors d'oeuvres and I guess drinks and all that. So come out. This is on us. So can't beat it. Friday
we got you.
We're safe. You know what I mean? So that's it. Unless you got anything else to add, Fatima, you know, let us know. Anything else?
Sounds good. I can't wait to see you guys on Friday.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it's gonna be on and popping. So, you know, please come and join us. We're gonna have a great time. So, but hey, great show as always. So, Naeem, you want to close this thing out, or you got anything to say?
Okay, close it out. Boom. I mean, last words.
End it early.
Let's remember the 3 T's. Let's remember the facts of love and fear. Let's remember not to open your mouth out of fear because you don't have to. Right. And you deserve. If you think you deserve to be spoken to and treated a certain way, why don't you start by speaking to and treating others in that way?
There you go. And I just like to let everybody know where they can find us. They can find us on LinkedIn at Feel Good Talk, Facebook at Feel Good Talk, YouTube at FGT Mind, Body, Soul, and Business. Shout out to everybody that was over there tonight. Definitely appreciate it. Instagram at Feel.GoodTalk. And you can email us at feelgoodtalk113@gmail.com. And we have a website, www.feelgoodtalk.net. So we got many ways to get in contact with us and let us know how you're feeling. And if you have any comments or questions, concerns, or want to be a part of Feel Good Talk Love 101, you want to come on the show, let us know. Send us an email, and we'll get you on. Send you the link, and you'll be right on this broadcast. So we got one more comment out there. Let's see. Izzy Meditate says, great talk. Thanks, Izzy. Appreciate you for tuning in. And, and as everyone knows, check Izzy and Izzy Meditates and Kendra Moore on Thursdays. Let's talk about it. They always have some hot topics. That's tomorrow night at 7 p.m. So definitely check them out tomorrow evening. All right. And any last words for Fatima before we leave?
No, I'm just looking forward to seeing everybody on Friday.
Yes, indeed. I'm looking forward to coming down there, winding down, and having a great time. So again, bring your interview face with you because we're going to sit behind the scenes. Well, not behind the scenes, but we're going to be live and we're going to be broadcasting. So, and Callie Soul, what's going on, lady? She says smooches, y'all. Smooches back to you too, Callie Soul. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you. She's tuning in over on YouTube. So thank you for that. And I guess that's it. Again, this is Feel Good Talk Love 101. I'm your host, Charles Breaker, along with my man, Naeem Najib, and also the lovely Fatima Love. So everybody, we'll see you next week, same time, 7 p.m. right here on Feel Good Talk, Mind, Body, Soul, and Business. And as we always say before we get out of here, 1, 2, 3, peace.